changes in the economy. For example, the changes in the fiscal deficit, current account deficit, inflation, interest rates, and the forex reserves, let's say for instance, and so on. So basically, the beta of the market, that is for Nifty 50 in our case, is 1, and the beta which is greater than 1 has and if the companies have beta greater than 1, have higher systematic risk associated with the changes in economy, and the companies which have beta less than 1 have lower systematic risk associated with the changes in the economy. For instance, let's talk about the interest rate sensitive sectors like real estate, that is commercial real estate, residential real estate, telecom sector, the companies which are engaged in construction like L&T, Asian Brown Brewery, ABB, etc. All these companies have a beta factor of greater than 1. Since any change in, let's say for example, the interest rates will drive the project costs of these companies higher, and there might be delays in the project execution of these firms. So let's talk about on the other way, that is the companies which have beta less than 1. We can talk about sectors like IT, pharma, and FMCG here. So basically, the IT sector, although IT sector has to its own risks dependent on the global economy, but its risks are, but its downside risks are less dependent on the changes in the economy overall. So we can say that IT acts as a diversification or kind of defensive sector if one wants to purchase the stocks of the firms engaged in this sector. So the defensive sectors, technically the defensive sectors are IT, pharma, and FMCG. Basically, they are called defensive or have beta factor less than 1, because simply because these sectors face continuous demand for their services and products, which is sustainable in the longer run, irrespective of the changes in the economy. So, one more sector I would like to talk about of beta having greater than 1, the banking sector. The banking sector too is heavily dependent on, let's say, changes in the interest rates in the system. If the interest rates rise, there might be a decline in the borrowing demand for from the banks, and therefore there might be a downside risk to an increase in interest rates uh, to the banks. So technically, all in all, beta refers to the upside as well as the downside risks faced by companies due to systematic changes in the economy. So that's it from me today, guys. I hope you are having a good time. Cheers, bye bye, take care.